Hey LBY, welcome to this practice, which I'm envisioning as soft but strong, as many of these practices are. We'll begin in a seat today, arriving to this container of the body, bringing focus to our breathing. Keep inviting your breath to deepen and then naturally to slow. Okay, we'll continue the breathing practice and of course get into some movement, but I want to continue our journey, our cruising through the sutras. Today we're going to do just a bunch of them together. So the last thing we heard was that when we're not of tranquil mind, then we accidentally identify with the thoughts rather than with the pure awareness behind them. And then to make this even clearer, they list for us, as you'll see, 5 thoughts. So Sutra 1.5 is Vrittaya, Panchataya, Klishta. Vrittaya, like the turnings, the changing states of mind. Panchataya means that there are 5 of them. There are 5 different types. Some of which are klishta, meaning detrimental, harmful, specifically to the path of yoga. And others are aklishta, meaning non-detrimental or conducive to the practice of yoga. This helps us if we're trying to become absorbed in the state of yoga, in the state of meditative awareness and samadhi, like awareness all day. Then it helps to be able to identify what kinds of thoughts keep arising for you. So the next one says that there are 5 vrittis. I'm just going to tell you what they are. Right knowledge, like accurate perceiving. Error, imagination. Sleep, as a state of mind. And memory. So I'm going to say them one more time, and as I say them, I invite you to close your eyes and consider the types of thoughts that you think you might be engaging in most frequently. 1 is right knowledge. There is error, imagination, sleep, and memory. Okay. We can go deeper into each type and consider whether it is helpful to the practice of yoga or detrimental to it. But I'll point you to my blog where I'm writing in more detail about that, so we can eventually get moving here. So let's come back into our seat, this internal gaze, this focus on the breath. Feel free to take Anjali Mudra, the prayer hand, so that we can set an intention for this practice today. And I'll set a shared one, which could be something like, let us notice not just the thoughts, but the things we do, the choices we make, the habits we have, the actions we take, and notice whether they are helpful to the yogic path, that is the yogic state of mind, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, or whether our actions, etc., are unhelpful to this particular path. And without judgment, it's a light observation. May we do that through the practice and beyond. Take a moment so you can make this yours. And lifting the head, I invite you to sing in that primordial sound, Om. Breathing in. Release your hands. We'll swivel to the left, and then we'll swivel right to the right. And we'll swivel to the left, and swivel to the right, and then stay in motion like this. It's generating some internal heat. Beginning to lift at Mula Bandha. Find firmness at the abdomen. If you'd really like to ignite that inner heat, and we'll do Kapalbhati or breath of fire. Join me when you wish to. Halfway there. Ten, 9, 8, keep going. Wherever you're twisted, stay there now. Lift the heart, look farther back behind you. Breathe up and down the spine. Through center, twisting to the other side, lifted through the heart as you twist. Back at center, open the arms. Take your hands behind your head and lift through the chest. You can rock a little left and right. Reach the arms all the way above, backs of the hands together. Big stretch. And then exhale, hinge forward. Walk your hands to one side, reaching. And to the other side, reaching. And back through the middle, sitting all the way up. Let's switch the crossing of our legs so we can wake up the rear hip and low back. Reaching above your head again. Backs of the hands together one more time. Get super tall. And then dive this forward. Walk hands to one side, reaching. To the other side, reaching. Back through the center. Walk yourself up to sit tall. Let's uncross the legs. Roll around the feet. Bend your knees. Plant feet on earth. Take the hands behind you, fingers facing you for reverse tabletop. Wake up the rear chain. And lift through chest, lift through seat. You're going to pulse it up a handful of times. Go ahead. And set it all the way down. Cross the ankles, roll forward. Brief stint on all fours. Melt the belly down, look up, and then also to the left. So you're stretching the side of your neck. Empty it, cat. Cat. Back up to cow, gazing up into the right. Stretch the side neck. Emptying out. Push the ground away. Come on back to neutral. Let's make big circles with this right knee off to the side. Try to isolate the joint. Step the foot outside the hand. Let the hips come forward. The chest can lift light. And straighten and rebend a handful of times. Straighten the right leg. Keep your left fingers here. Roll the right arm to the sky. Long spine. Send the right hip back. Take big breaths. Okay, step the right leg back. Set both knees down. We're back on all fours. Circle the left knee around. Make big circles, isolating the joint if possible. Then step the left foot outside, left hand. Hips move forward. Allow the opening. And straighten and rebend a bunch of times. Keep the legs straight, keep the right hand low, roll the left arm up toward the sky, gaze up. Spine extra long, left hip wrapping back. We'll breathe. This time look at the top of the mat, both hands down, bend the left knee. You'll step right foot outside right hand. Let's squat low, malasana. Chest lifts high. Prayer hands. Can we meditate for this 5 seconds? Squeeze the feet together as you stand all the way up. Reach high. And then release your arms. Let's keep the feet separated, maybe a little wider than hips. And get into the side body like this. Sweep your arms up. Take your elbows. Send your left hip to the left. but then also tilt your torso to the left. Breathing where you can. Right elbow points high. On up through center, stretch tall, natural motion. And other side, we'll take hold of the elbows, send your hips over to the right, and then tilt your torso to the right, stretching. Unobstructed breath. Left elbow points high. And on back through center. Get one last natural body stretch. And then neutral. We'll bring the feet together for Tadasana. Let's establish this. Find your center. Focal point and breath. Empty. Inhale, reaching upward. Exhale to dive downward. On up to flat back, lift the sits bones. And one more time into the fold. This time we're going to dangle with it. Perhaps taking hold of elbows. Lift through the chest, reach your arms all the way up, baby back bend. And a neutral spine, finding ourselves once again in Tadasana, connecting to center, to focal point, to breath. Get empty. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Set that back knee down, climb up to the thigh. Keep your right hand on your waist to your hip. Left arm reaches up and over to the right. You could even lift that right heel or rest the right forearms. Take just a few breaths. Up through center, reach high. Exhale, hands come down. Step to plank position, rocking forward and back. And then lower all the way to the ground. Lift for cobra. Maybe this one's unsupported. Lifting hands, we activate the back muscles. Another breath with it. Plant hands, roll over knees, cruise through child's pose just this time. And into downward facing dog. Pedaling your way. Sweep the right leg way high. Roll the knee forward. Place this foot between your hands. And like we did last time, we're going to come onto fingertips, hover the left leg like warrior 3 preparation. Can you feel the lightness of your chest? Next inhale, step the feet together, lift the heart, fold down. Rise high, palms touching above. Tadasana. Right back up, reaching high. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, flatten. Exhale, step your right foot to the back. You'll set the knee down, climb up onto the thigh. Keep the left hand connected somewhere here. Right arm reaches up, and you'll tilt to your left. You could be lifting that heel. Just looking for your opening. Through center, reach upward. Exhale, hands frame foot. Step into plank position again. Rocking forward and back with a lift on the belly. Circling to the left. Circling to the right. And then neutral, lower all the way to belly. Lift it up for cobra. Dip it back down, come over knees, visit with puppy. It's just about a breath in and out. Move it to downward facing dog. Pedaling your way. Sweep your left leg high. Draw the knee in. Place the foot between your hands. Warrior 3 prep pose on fingertips. Lift the chest. Right leg hovers parallel to the ground. Let's keep it for a few breaths. Active in the hip, light in the heart. Next inhale, flat back, feet together, fold down, and rise. Tadasana. One more, sun A, reaching upward, diving downward. Flat back. We'll step or spring to lower. Maybe you're ready for chaturanga this time, your choice. Into upward dog, savoring with shoulders back. Making our way to downward facing dog. On toes, bend knees, and you'll step or leap your way to the top. Flat back, Forgive the beeping, it's outside. Fold forward. And rise. Urdhva Hastasana, spinal extension. Tadasana, return to center. Now some bees. Let's join the feet together. Put the knees together. Sit down, squeeze to center, reach up high. Inhaling. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap your way to lower again. Up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Back heel, left heel down, right foot forward. Climb up, warrior one. Just touch palms, reach high, point true north. Exhale, coming down. Vinyasa, or we meet at downward dog. Right heel rolls down, left foot steps forward. Do your best there. Stand up tall for warrior one with the palms touching. Gazing high, can you point to true north? And exhale, the hands already come down. You can take the flow or skip it. Either way, we meet at downward facing dog. It's our taste of Ashtanga right there. Connecting to 5 breaths at downward facing. On toes, bend the knees. You'll step forward, leap your way to the top. Flatten. Fold. Bend knees again. Find Utkatasana, your chair. And stand up in Tadasana. Step the feet hips distance. Hands to the hips, elbows back, lift your heart. Take a fold. Yogi toe hold. It's been a while. Lengthen the back. And then pull down. Let the neck be long. Shoulders can be lifting away from ears. Release the grip, walk your hands to the left, but keep folding. Walk your hands to the right, keep folding. Back at center, flatten the back. And then fold back in. Let's step on our hands, Ashtangi style. Can you get the toes up to your wrists? It's okay if the answer is no. Fold. It's possible to remain active here, actively squeezing torso to legs. All right, come on up to flat back and fingertips. Separate the feet a little, point the toes out, and we'll move down into another Malasana. This time it's like a 3-breath meditation. Can you be at center? Option to close the eyes. preparing for our crow pose. This time though, after crow, we'll jump right out into our vinyasa or our downward facing dog. Alternatively, you step out. Plant your fingers, knees up high. Heart lifts and moves forward. Lift the feet. Squeeze in and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll step or leap it out. Savoring your back bend. Make your way to downward facing dog. Let's sweep the right leg up and open. You could bend the knee, make some circles. And then we'll cross, right leg wrapping around the left. Tilt over to the right hand so you can flirt with side plank and eagle legs, or you just take the thing. Side plank, eagle legs. Play with that left arm, perhaps grabbing hold of the right tricep. How open can you get? And then we'll slowly, actively step this right foot to the top of the mat. Make your way to triangle. So you could stay low and open it up. Don't be afraid to come up high. Get yourself as open as you like and come back in. So spend time spreading out. Gazing in front of the right foot this time, we're going to move right into half moon. And because we did this in recent weeks, I'll invite you right away into Chapasana if your body desires it. Bending that back knee, grabbing that foot. It's all right if it doesn't. And remember, a block is not a cheat. It is often wisdom. Spend a while opening. Slow stepping out, create warrior 2. Tip it to peaceful. And as you come up, you'll actually shift it into high lunge. Palms touch above, the back heel can lift. I'm going to bring elbows to the outside of right leg. So if you prefer to set your knee down for this, do that. But you know I had to get a twist in after Thanksgiving. Reach the legs away. Keep a buoyancy in hips and heart. Let's breathe. Take a peek down. Hands will frame the foot, but then they'll walk over to the left. So you can point the toes out, bend into each knee. Parallel through feet and give yourself this fold. Come on up to flat back. All right, you got a second half of this fold. So one option is to fold again, walking your fingers farther through. The other option is to get upside down. Do any inversion you like. I'm going to do a headstand A, interlacing fingers. I'm going to try to do it without pressing my head to the ground. So that technically it's a forearm stand, but it's really like a headstand with a lot of engagement through the shoulders. Iyengar style. Let's take the head to the ground. Let's get upside down. Widen the legs, slowly lower them. Back into flat. Pivoting to frame the front foot. I want to lengthen the back. Take your left hand here or to the outside of the foot. We're headed into revolved triangle since we opened for that earlier. Any variation works. Right hip shoots back, crown shoots forward. And for now, let's plant the hands. We'll sweep the right leg out behind and take a flow, any flow. Meeting together at downward dog. Sweep your left leg high, open it up. You could bend the knee. Make circles with the intention of opening inner thighs. And then we'll cross and wrap left leg right around the right, like eagle. Shift weight to your left hand. This can be a flirtation with side plank or a side plank with eagle legs. Playing with this right arm. Like maybe grabbing that left tricep and trying to stay open. Then actively, slowly, left leg lifts itself to plant at the top of the mat. You're going to create triangle. You might just be able to open it right up here. Or come up nice and high, get your front body open, and come back in. Look beyond this left foot, make our way into half moon. You might even come directly into Chapasana. Could put a block underneath the left hand. Spend a while. Big step back. You'll make this warrior two. And then peaceful warrior. And then we'll reach up, face forward, the back heel lifts for high lunge. Point the palms to true north, gaze high. And you'll twist to your left, hooking right elbow outside this left thigh. Option to bring that back knee down. And you stay lifted through the chest, engaged at the hip. Peek down, frame the foot. You'll walk your hands over to the right. Point the toes out. You can spend time bending into each knee. And back at center, parallel the feet. Open the arms, interlace fingers, and fold. Come on up to flat. Right toes in, left toes point to the front. To create our revolved triangle. Could have right fingers stay where they are, or come onto a block, or outside of the left foot. Long spine. Left hip shoots back. Spinal twist as you reach up and look up. Another inhale and an exhale to fold. Plant hands, sweep the left leg back, and find your flow. All the way to downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg out behind. This time left elbow down, right elbow down. You could stay right here in dolphin. It's perfectly cool. If you want to though, float up, kick up, practice pincha, or come on into pincha. Lower left foot. Take both knees down. Sit on the hips and rest the arms. You can shake out the wrists or even stretch them in flexion. Let's get a camel in between. Hop onto the knees. Squeeze the seat and lift the chest. And take it back. If possible, both hands at the same time. But if that's not working, that's okay. 5 breaths. back up. Find neutral. Into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Set your right elbow down and the left. Perfectly good to stay here in dolphin, strengthening. Otherwise, practice pincha or come on into pincha. Right foot lands. Let's sit it right down on the heels again. Palms up. You could even actively stretch into flexion like that. I'm going to take this into a puppy. So take any version of that works for you, including blocks, wall, or even trying to straighten your legs. Love to open this angle at the armpit through the chest. So diving hands forward, nose down or chin down. If your chin's down, no problem, then you're getting your throat down. One or two of you in the mix are like contortionists, and you can actually start overextending the neck by taking a block underneath your chin. It's not for everyone, clearly, but maybe it's for you. Let's see. We can take about 5 breaths. Come all the way onto the belly to release this time. Make a pillow or take arms alongside the body. You can bend the knees and rock them left and right. Let's plant hands and set up for a bow today. Some of you will want a cushion underneath the hip bones, like a blanket. Knees, hips distance apart. When you're ready for it, bend your knees and reach back 4 feet. And we'll do 2 today, so this time knees can squeeze pretty close together. Go for it. And release. Take rest. Rock the legs. Set up for the second one. This time, knees can be a little bit wider. Big active kick through the legs. Like, could you land on your thighs with your chest pointed up? That's just an idea. Come on in. Take complete rest. Rock the hips any way you can. Let's climb into Sphinx position. I'm compelled to start here again, taking the right knee out wide. This time, let's lift up nice and high, so you're almost like in a cobra, but one leg is off to the side. Let's breathe into that inner thigh. And take it down low, thread the needle, left shoulder down, take hold of that right knee as you lengthen spine. and find a twist. A deeper visit into the legs is coming up next. Then roll all the way onto your back. Okay. Hug the right knee into your chest, give it a tight squeeze, extend the left leg on the mat. See if you can interlace your fingers underneath this foot. Keep the knee into your center as you slowly extend the leg. Okay. No worries if you don't get straight, just get to where you can get and breathe behind the leg. Some of you would prefer a strap around the foot here, and that's perfectly cool. Just hear me out, keep the leg at center line because we're going to do something different next. One other option, take right thumb into right hip crease and send that leg down, or the hip down, as you lift the leg. It's a truth teller. Let's breathe to it. It's up to you if you'd like to lift the chest for a little while. Lie back. Okay, you're going to re-bend because you'll do it differently this time. Take your right arm to the inside of the knee, but hand to the outside of the foot. So now the knee comes to the outside of your body, kind of like a happy baby. And then once again, we'll re-extend. Okay, so it's like an open hip split. It's like a bit of a cheat. So your leg might look more flexible from this position. Just take note of what's going on. You're looking for the stretch of it. Keeping your legs straight this time, cross it over your body, give yourself one more twist, spine nice and long. Okay, with the option now to bend this bottom knee, take hold of the foot and kick away from your body. Can you get both blades down? Okay, if it feels challenging, it's because it is a challenging shape. And if you're not challenged by it, it's all good too. You can rest, relax, or work on kicking that back foot farther away from your body. Okay, bend that right knee once again. Straighten the left leg. You're going to be able to return to where you were in that Sphinx position. Slide the right leg back in line with the left. Find what feels like neutral. And then we'll slide the left knee out. Okay, climb up a little higher, like it's cobra. Breathing into inner thigh. And then dip it low so you can thread through again. Right arm tucks under. Get that shoulder down. Get extra length in the spine as you pin the knee. And take your complete twist. Left shoulder aims for the ground. It's okay if it doesn't get there. Where can you release? Let's take it all the way onto the back now. Drawing the left knee into your chest, give it a squeeze. Extend the right leg. Keep that right leg active, by the way. Keep your knee at midline as you interlace the fingers around the foot, or maybe it's a strap. And then slowly, mindfully, extend the knee. Wherever you are, it's perfect. You're breathing into the space, normalizing it. If you'd like to, you can lift your chest for a while. And then recline, rebend the knee. Okay, this time left arm to the inside of the knee, but hand grabs the pinky side of the foot. You'll pull it kind of into half happy baby. The knees off to the side, hips are open now. And you'll slowly extend the left leg. Once again, opening like it's split. Explore for a while. Keep the leg long as you cross it over your body. So the right hand can press the foot to the earth. Spine is long for twist. And if you'd like to, bend the bottom knee, grab hold of that foot. Try to get the knee back down, the shoulder back down. And if you wish to, work on kicking the back foot away from your back body even farther. Let's soften it up. Release the grip, extend the right leg, bend the left knee, and you'll come all the way onto your belly again. Guide the left leg back in line with the right. Pause at Sphinx. And you'll actually come back onto the belly, roll all the way over, and I'm setting you up for something. This is preparation. We're doing back bends. We're going to aim to set the elbows down eventually. Don't get intimidated if that's not going to work for you today, because I have an alternative for you. But we need to open up and wheel for a little while. I'm actually going to give an option for those of you who don't do wheel first. So for everyone who does wheel, go ahead and stay for 5 to 8 breaths. This is a warm-up round. For people who don't do wheel, you could be setting up blocks near the wall. And make sure you've got the sticky mat under your feet. And you'd see if wheel works with blocks. Okay, make sure your grip is happy there. I like to come onto the head first. It keeps you in control, makes sure your hands are where you need them to be, and then you lift. All right, we come back down. Take rest or rock the knees. Okay, let's do a second back bend. If you're coming with me to this challenge sequence, which I might as well tell you is going to be, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to kick from wheel with the elbows down into a forearm stand, or at least through a forearm stand. And if you're like, no way, no how, I'm going to get you up on the wall, or be empowered to do your thing, okay? Let's climb up. This back bend, if you feel like you can get your elbows down, cool, but let's not push it yet, because we're going to have one more chance. Climb in, 5 breaths. And then take rest. Okay. Finally, we've arrived to this moment. I'm going to give you 3 options. These, I think of them as increasing in difficulty. First option is set the mat up at the wall. You're going to do a dolphin, essentially, but 1.5 feet away from the wall. Elbows down. Okay? Maybe today dolphin is where it's at, and you're not going any farther than this. But if you can, you're going to kick up. Stay long. Don't back bend too much. Stay long and try to get to that wall. That's it, okay? Maybe you drop your head, open the chest, but this is awesome, okay? All right, second variation is to do this a little farther away from the wall, because you are actually going to climb your feet down the wall. So maybe you're just coming right with me if you know this is you. You're coming up, stay long, touch the wall, and then practice walking your feet down. If you get there, you can also walk your feet up. And if you have the confidence, kick over or even hit forearm stand for a second in between. All right, final option is maybe you're not using the wall. And you're going to start at the back bend. I trust that you're taking this at your pace, whoever you are, wherever you are. You would take elbows down. Okay, I'm just basically trying to kick over, but if I find some control at forearm stand, that's cool. And take it all the way down. All right, so take some time. We'll come right into rest if you just did that with me. If you haven't rested yet, let's start making your way into that direction. If you've been resting already for a while, then you can come into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together. And then climb up. Let us meet together at a wide-legged shape. You might want to elevate your seat. We're going right through the middle today. Feel free to sway as you go. Let's climb up. We'll move right into a Shavasana now. I'm going to offer you a really, restorative shape. Putting a pillow or a bolster up onto some blocks. So you support yourself as you recline. And then if your body is willing, you could even take soles of the feet together and just let these knees drift wide. If the body doesn't like that for any reason, simply extend the legs. But welcome to your meditation, essentially. What would it be like if you could experience a unified field of awareness where you are not different from your surroundings? come back to this breath layer. And on to my kosha, the food layer, your physical form, stretching. And climbing up for final seat. Well done, yogi. I am so happy you completed a practice today. Well done. May you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you soon.